Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to discuss the first chapter of class ninth chemistry, that is matter around us. So the first question that arises in our mind is what is matter? What things are not matter? So what is matter and what is not matter? So what is matter? If we go on to the definition of what is matter, definition of matter, then we will get the answer that matter is something that has weight and that occupies some space. Matter is something that has weight and it occupies some space. And in simple words, we can say having weight means have mass, occupying space means if something occupies a space, we say that it has certain volume. So, what is volume? Space occupied. What is mass? The weight of an object. So, something that has mass and volume, two necessary conditions for being matter, mass and volume. So anything that has mass and volume is called matter. Anything that has mass and volume is called matter. The air has mass and volume. That fan rotating over there has mass and volume. This notebook has mass and volume. I also have some mass. I occupy some space, that is I have mass and volume. I'm also matter. My spectacles also have certain mass. They are made up of something, so they have also mass and they also occupy some space, so they have mass and volume. So my spectacles are also matter. So most of the things that you see around you are matter. This water bottle, it is also matter. Aeroplane is also matter. The train is also matter. Our bench in our classroom is also matter. That smart board, blackboard, whiteboard, green board, whatever is there, all these things are also matter because they have weight and they occupy some space. Two necessary conditions they all have, that is they have mass and they have volume. So mass and volume, necessary conditions. Now the question must have risen in your mind that if these things are matter, then what is not matter? So for example, the things that are not matter, I'm giving examples. Friendship. Do friendship have mass? Does it occupy space? No. Friendship does not occupy space nor it has mass. So friendship is not matter. Taste. We taste is matter. No, it is just a sense. Taste. If we see things, it is also not, seeing is also not matter. The shadow. Our shadow do not have weight, do not have space. It occupies certain area, not space. It do not have volume, it have area. So our shadow is also not matter. Hate, love, friendship, hatred, all these things are not matter. Good manners, hatred, affection, love, all these things do not have mass nor they occupy space. That means they do not have mass nor they have volume. That is why these things are not called matter. Although these things matter in our life a lot, but these things are not matter. In chemistry, these things are not matter. Now we will study the classification of matter, how we have classified matter, how we have divided matter for our convenience in studying the things, the stuffs regarding matter. So basically, the matter has been divided on the basis of two parts. The matter has been divided on the basis of two parts, on the basis of two properties. The matter has been classified on the basis of two properties. The first one is physical properties. The second one are chemical properties. In this chapter, in the chapter 1, we are going to study the physical properties of matter. In the chapter 2, that is matter around us pure? In that chapter, we are going to study the chemical properties. So these, on the basis of physical property, matter is divided generally, mainly traditionally, matter has been divided into three parts. As you know, you have studied in the lower classes also. First one is solid, second is liquid, third is gases. Solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. These are the classifications of matter based on physical state. We will study these things, solid, liquid, gases, their characteristics further. Based on chemical properties, matter is divided into basically two types. Generally, two types. Matter is divided into two types based on chemical properties. First one is pure substances, pure matter. Second one is impure substances or impure matter. So pure matter is further divided into two types. First is elements. Second is compounds. And impure matter is also known as mixture. If I ask why something is impure, why if I add some sugar in my water, then that water is impure. Why? Because sugar has been mixed into the water. So mixture is impurity. So mixture, if something is a mixture, it is impure. If something is a mixture, it is impure. So these were the classifications of matter based on physical properties and chemical properties. On physical properties, solid, liquid and gases. On chemical properties, pure and impure. In pure substances, elements and compounds were there, and impure substances are the mixtures. Now these matter, okay, we have studied the definition of matter. So now, if this sketch pen is matter, then what it is made up of? What is it made up of? So by studies it has been proven that matter is made up of very 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 tiny small particles. Matter is made up of particles, pieces, very small particles. Matter is made up of very small particles. So matter is made up of very small particles. You will remember this. So matter is made up of very small particles. So now, if matter is made up of very small particles, the particles must have certain characteristics. What are the characteristics of the particles of which this matter is made up of? So basically, there are four characteristics of particles of matter. Characteristics of particles of matter, not matter. Characteristics of particles of matter. What are these characteristics? The first characteristic is this. The first characteristic, that the particles that constitute the matter, are very 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 small. They are very tiny. We cannot even imagine. It is beyond the level of our imagination. It is not in human limits that we can imagine. So first characteristic of particles are, first, the particle is very 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 small. The particles are very 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 small. The second point is, these very very small particles are constantly moving. Yes, these particles are constantly moving. The particles of matter are constantly moving. If I show you this water, the particles of water are constantly moving. If I put it at rest, the particles are still moving. We will discuss about the proof of the consistent movement of particles. They have certain kinetic energy every time, so they keep on moving no matter what time it is. So they are constantly moving. So the first point was, the particles are very small. Second point is, the particles are constantly moving. They are in motion. They are always in motion. The third point is, the particles have spaces between them. Yes, the particles have spaces between them. What does it mean? If I say this pen, don't you see any spaces between? But as I said, The particles, we cannot imagine the particles of this matter. They are beyond the level of our imagination. We cannot imagine. So the particles between them have spaces which are known as intermolecular intermolecular spaces. So the particles have spaces between them. The third point, the third characteristic, the particles have spaces between them. That is, they have intermolecular spaces. This was the third point. We will prove these points later. Maybe this is a kind of shock for some students. So, the first point is the particles of matter are very, very, very small. The second point is the particles of matter are constantly moving, are always moving, are always in kinetic energy. The third point is the particles of matter have spaces between them, that is intermolecular spaces, the intermolecular spaces. And the fourth point and the final point is this: the particles of matter attract each other. Yeah, if I say this particle is in solid state, it is in solid state, you all know. So the particles must have strong force of attraction between them. The particles are strongly attracting each other. That is why it is in rigid form. It is solid because the particles of matter are exerting force on each other. So the particles have force of attraction between them. So the particles attract each other, which is known as intermolecular force of attraction, or simply force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. So four characteristics we have studied. Four characteristics of what? Particles of matter. First was the particles are very, very small. The second was the particles are constantly moving. The third was the particles have spaces between them, that is the intermolecular spaces. The fourth one is that the particles particles have force of attraction between them. The particles attract each other, that is they have intermolecular force of attraction. And this force of attraction, the fourth point, the fourth characteristic, this force of attraction among particles is of two type. The force of attraction is of two type. First is cohesion force of attraction, or simply cohesion. Second is adhesion. Cohesion, adhesion, you have heard adhesive tape. Cohesion. So what is cohesion? So cohesion, co means common, same, common, same. So the force of attraction between particles of same substance, same matter, the particles the particles of this sketch pen have cohesion force of attraction. They are attracting each other. They are attracting the particles of the same matter. They are attracting their own particles. They are attracting the same particles as they are. So this is cohesion. Cohesion means force of attraction between particles of same matter or same substance. The second force of attraction is called adhesion. You have heard adhesive tape. Why we use tape, adhesive tape? Because we want to stick two things. We want to have force of attraction between two things. So the force of attraction that exists between the particles of two different substance, two different matter, is known as adhesion, or adhesive force of attraction. That is why we say adhesive tape, because we use it to stick two different things. Either we stick paper to wall. So there's wall and paper, both are different, both contain particles of different matter, both are different. So this is the cohesion, the concept of cohesion. And adhesion. So cohesion, force of attraction between the particles of same matter. Adhesion, force of attraction between the particles of different matter, different substance. So I think this much is enough in this video. uh, we will continue the further part of this chapter in the upcoming videos. So if I have made any grammatical mistakes, then please correct me in the comment section. And thanks for watching the video. Thank you. Bye bye.